Sorry, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, I love you. Oh, okay. The audio input was already there. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Oh man, this I was supposed to have my shit together today. I was supposed to have my shit together. Unfortunately, my shit is not quite together yet. So you're gonna have to excuse me. Some fucking aluminum foil and shit like that. It's been a crazy day, and I was like, hey, like I'll be able to I'll be able to stream. You know, it'll be all good. I'll have my shit together for a stream. No, I do not. I do not have my shit together for a stream. So Frank Dukes says, Scott, I binged food all weekend after dieting for months straight. Back on the wagon of dieting tomorrow. Dude, I binged for like 3 months. So I'm gonna be honest with you. Fucking there was some stuff that happened. It wasn't bad stuff necessarily. Oh, let's turn this bad Larry on. Like I said, I thought I had my shit together. I thought I had my shit together, but I did not. But anyway, yeah, yeah, I've been eating like dog shit for a while. I'll be honest with you. It has not been good, and I'm starting to get back on the wagon myself. I'm starting to kind of get everything together and everything like that. Starting to figure it all out. But I was eating like shit for a while. Like I actually have a little bit of soda today. I figured since it's Labor Day, and it's not the typical day that I'd work out a little bit at home because it's Labor Day, the gym was closed. But that I'd also have a little bit of soda with it too. Oh man, what's going on, Chike Crusher? I almost called you Jike Crusher. I don't know why. I think it's because I saw a John S. vlog and then Chike Crusher, and I was like, John Chike vlog Crusher. Anyway, oh fuck, what's going on? Your streams are more together than mine. Don't worry, I'm trying. All right, I'm I'm trying. And I'm slowly but surely starting to get the hang of the streaming thing. It's not like I'm gonna be some kind of like big streamer or anything like that. I just happen to have had a little bit of extra time over the last month or so, and because of that, I was like, whatever, I might as well spend some time streaming and stuff like that. And because of that, there's been some good things, I think. Um, One of the things that I like to do is I like to stream and I like to talk about things and then cut those things out and put them on the channel, right? Fairly common practice, obviously. I'm not some kind of trailblazer or anything like that, but I think it's good because the videos that I create, they take a little bit of time. I remember when I first started my channel, I was doing weekly videos, but that just, it wasn't a good thing. It wasn't a good idea. Um, I just didn't have the time or the energy to be doing it because I work a lot. I'm surprised I even have. Um, I'm surprised I even have. What's it called? No, I'm surprised I was even able to get this far. I'll be honest with you. I'm pretty surprised, but I was. Thank God. And we're gonna keep on going and see where I can get to. Broski asks, did you ever pay Josie for her shrimp picture? Not directly. I was going to give her $20 the day of, right? But Sam was like, nah, I'll just give her $20 at the end of it, right? But I mean, all things considered, I know the principle of the situation dictates that I owe her $20, so I should get her $20, right? Obviously, right? But I would assume that at the end of all of it, considering she won 30 grand, I believe, plus the fish bucks, right? And then she also has a lucrative streaming career ahead of her too if she keeps this up, if she keeps everything up. Um, I have a feeling she's probably not that concerned about $20. And I mean, shit, if she is, she could hit me up. She has me on Instagram and Twitter and stuff like that. She can send me some snail mail, some smoke signals, or some skywriting or something like that. She can do that. I got $20 for her if she really wants it. Assuming Sam didn't get her the 20, but it is what it is. Excuse me. Um, LEK says cool picture. Thank you. Thank you. I bought it myself. Anyway, so um oh man. Oh yeah, I remember. There was some stuff that I wanted to share with you guys, some stuff that I wanted to talk about, and I guess get some opinions and things like that to the four people that are here. Um but I will say that first, this is just a chill stream. There's really no there's really no there's no nothing to this stream right now. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I could sit here and just stare at the camera and just rant for hours. I can play some video games. It's basically, we're just gonna see where the wind takes us. But that's just what the stream is today. So anyone who wants to talk about anything, could be MMA related, could be not MMA related, right? Anything, right? Well, I'll talk about it. I'll talk about it to the best of my ability. I'll go as far as my knowledge allows me to go. All right. Now, that being said, when I started this YouTube channel, my goal was always to branch out at one point or another, whether that was making a second channel that was not MMA related, converting this channel, whether it was keeping it broadly MMA related, but then every now and again doing an off-topic thing, etc., etc. I always wanted to branch out from MMA as a topic. And I think I am slowly but surely getting to that point. I'm not saying that I'm not going to do MMA content anymore. Like, I have all the videos that I have coming up. I have, like, I want to say 4 or 5 or more videos that are all MMA related, right? Obviously. But I'm slowly getting to the point where I think I can start to branch out just a little bit. And one of the ways that I plan on branching out is by doing interviews with people, okay? I'm partially inspired by what Brandon Buckingham does, all right? And also DJ Vlad. I'll just say that right out the gate. There's also other channels and stuff like that do similar things. Excuse me, geez, that soda that I'm chugging. I can't just sip a soda. I can't just drink a soda. I gotta chug it, right? That's just how it is with me. But yeah, like I'm. This is kind of in the vein of a bunch of different kinds of channels that I like and that I watch semi-regularly and things like that. I'm always excited to see a new Brandon Buckingham upload and things like that. But what I would like to do, I'm going to go ahead and I would like to branch out into interviews where I'm going to be talking to a host of different people. Now, I'm open to I'm open to suggestions and things like that, right? And if anybody ever wants to make a suggestion, you can hit me up on Twitter or Instagram or anything like that. But right now, I'm not even going to tell you the first one that I have because I'm not sure how people would react to it. I'm not even sure how to talk about it. It's nothing illegal or anything like that. But I'd rather not say the first one that I have. Interview with a Boston gang member. I would love to get a Boston gang member, but not just any Boston gang member. I'm not talking about a modern day gang member or anything like that. What I would like to do is try and find a guy who was around in the 1980s, right? Because here's the thing about gangs, street gangs, specifically African American street gangs, African American urban street gangs, right? When we think of street gangs, we tend to think of the Bloods and the Crips and things like that. But the Bloods and the Crips are a California thing, and I know that they're nationwide now. They're in all 50 states, and they're worldwide at this point, right? Excuse me. But before that, you had street gangs that were different. They were structured different. They came about through different means, and they operated in different ways, right? And I'm curious as to the points of view. I'm curious to speak with somebody who was in, say, Mattapan or Jamaica Plain, right? Dorchester, something like that, in like, I don't know, 1985, right? 1986, 88 even, right? Getting closer and closer to the 90s and 2000s when the Bloods and the Crips would kind of start making their way east, and they'd end up hitting, Boston and Springfield and, other places like that. Um, that would, oh, geez. I just realized something. I'm gonna have to. Maybe I'll keep it there. But I'd like something like that, right? I'd like to be able to talk to somebody and see what their life was like, what it was about, things like that, right? Another one that I have right now is interview with a Satanist. All right, and I'm in the very early, like I'm in the very early stages of getting this all together right now, right? So I'm sitting here and I'm like pausing, and like I kind of sound like I'm trying to like convince you guys and things like that. It's more because I'm literally like, as I'm doing this, I'm trying to think like, how can I do this? What can I do? What can I do with that, right? What if I did this? What if I did that, right? Like I'm still playing around with this inside my head. I'm just throwing this out there to see how people feel about it, for one thing, but also if anybody has any ideas and anything like that. And I am going to get back to the chat in just a second. I saw what you said, Christopher Dosh? Christoph. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. But, yeah, bottom line, I want to do interviews and I want to do research into things, and I want to put together videos where you're going to get an idea of what people believe, how they live and things like that. If that makes a whole lot of sense. I do have other ones in there I'd like to interview an Antifa member as well as a right-wing activist, but not like a Proud Boy or anything like that. Maybe someone from like Patriot Front or something like that. Maybe another esoteric, maybe another like esoteric group, because there's groups everywhere in America that you don't even know about. That it's pretty crazy when you look into it. I'm into gangs. I like knowing about gangs, and because of that, like when the whole politics thing kind of hit in 2016, and there were a bunch of these organizers and like different groups and stuff like that. I kind of got into those too. It was interesting to me, right? So I kind of started to learn about a bunch of different groups and stuff like that, and how they operate and what they're about and things like that. Like Black Israelites. I could do Black Israelites. I could do that, no problem. Art Bell. That sounds familiar. That's not the schizo guy, right? Is that the schizo guy? I don't know. But bottom line, I have an idea. I'm still developing it. I do think it's interesting. I do think there's something there. But if you see me just randomly drop a video one day, like interview with a fucking trash man worker, a sanitation worker, right? If you see me drop a video like that one day, that's where that's coming from. It's something that, I always planned on doing and stuff like that, and I'll see where that goes. And either it'll just end up being it'll just end up being like it'll just end up being a thing on my channel, or B, maybe I'll make a new channel for it or something like that. Coast to Coast AM. If that was ran by Art Bell, then yeah, that's who I'm thinking of. I mean, shit, dude, I'd love to do something like that. Fucking, that'd be funny. John S. Vlog. I live in the Bronx. Sounds like you want to interview all people in the streets at night there. Yeah, I'll just walk down every street corner, and everybody who looks like they would want to rob me, I'll just walk up to them and I'll stick a microphone in their face. I'll stick my tiny ass Rode microphone in their face, and I'll be like, "So, have you ever killed somebody? Do you sell drugs? Do you have drugs on you right now?" Art Bell was the OG late night paranormal radio show guy. Yeah, like, and that's the thing, is that I want to interview people that I would want to interview people that would be interesting on that level. You know, I don't just want to do like I don't just want to do like you know, interview with a basketball player. What's it like playing basketball? What got you into basketball? Is there something about dribbling a ball that just really gets your rocks off? Right? That's not what I'm trying to do. Um, you know, I want it to be esoteric stuff. I think somebody said something about esoteric stuff, right? Excuse me. Um, you know, I think it would you know, I think it'd be cool to get stuff like that. Like one of the questions I want to ask a Satanist, right? Specifically a theistic Satanist, because there's theistic Satanists and atheistic Satanists, and you know, atheistic ones are the ones that are like the Levian ones, right? Satan is an idea, man. Theistic ones are the ones that will sacrifice goats. You know, I would love to get an interview with a theistic Satanist, right? And ask him, hey, so have you ever seen that Netflix special, Sons of Sam? Right? If you haven't watched the Sons of Sam, it's actually a really good. It's one of the few good things that was on Netflix like a year ago. It should still be on there. You should check it out if you have Netflix, or if you have an alternate means to watch it. You know, but really cool docu-series, right? I really enjoyed the hell out of it to the point where I want to watch it again. Um, Basically, it alleges that the son of Sam killer, David Berkowitz, regardless, he was actually not the only person who was involved in the son of Sam killings. He was actually part of a greater conspiracy that had some, you know, very well-connected people in it and things like that. It alleges that he was part of a conspiracy of Satanists, right? And there was some like really spooky shit that was found in Yonkers where he lived, places he would frequent, people he would talk to, things that he would say to people. Some of the evidence doesn't quite add up for certain killings and stuff like that that he was charged and convicted of, etc., etc. Like, it would be really cool. Excuse me. Um, it would be really cool to ask a theistic Satanist, like, so what do you think about that, right? Now, the challenge with that is going to be that you have this person, Satanists, they tend to be cocky. They tend to think, like, you believe in Jesus? Oh, such a backwards fool, right? That's how these people tend to be. So the difficulty is going to be in getting them to not be like a pretentious dickhead and to actually answer questions like truthfully, right? Um, but like it would be cool to ask something like that, right? What's going on, Blair? Thank you for the $5. Chike it up, indeed, sir. And I'm doing all right. I hope you're all right too. You know, I hope everything's going good with you. Excuse me. X Dishes says, "What's the most drugs you've sold in one in one setting recently? Who did you sell them to?" Oh, yeah, yeah, the thing works. It's working. It's working. I'm glad to see it's working. I should probably change the color though. I don't think it goes good on that color. But, um, yeah, I could walk around the Bronx and be like, so how much? What's the most drugs you've sold recently? Who did you sell them to? Where was it? You know, I could just start asking questions like that. Um, Mind control. They are possessed by entities that bow to Jesus. Yeah, and that's the funny thing about Satanists is that I mean, look, they don't believe it. You know, they don't believe it, right? They believe that like I've there's so many different like versions of like theistic Satanism, right? Um, you know, and it's hard to sit here and be like, this is what they believe, right? Um, However, with that said, uh, I just don't know how somebody could sit there and like support the loser every time, you know. And what it really is that they kind of they revise, right? Revisionism is the word that I was looking for. They practice revisionism, right? there's always something about like you see actually Satan was Odin. That's what it is. Yeah. Say like they think Satan is like literally every deity throughout history, and then this god of the Israelites guy came around and totally was a oh boy, that was going on out there. I don't know if you guys could hear that, but yeah, like that's one of the things that they do is like everything ends up being this weird thing where like uh they just project, right? They project what they want to see out of their religion onto other religions and onto other things and stuff like that. Like they don't have anything original, right? It's really a tough topic to just get into out of nowhere, right? But like when you look into Satanism, there's always just something fucking weird about it, you know. The only thing that really makes sense is Levian Satanism, and that's because it's atheistic Satanism. To them, Satan is just an idea, dude. It's just an idea, man. That's all it is, dude, right? And because of that, at the very least, they're kind of consistent in their logic, and they all basically believe the same thing. That like, oh, well, I mean, there is no God in the first place, so I might as well just have orgies and, um, you know, uh, just drink tons of fucking alcohol and be a dickhead to everybody around me, you know? Clownism, yeah. Scott stirring up the neighborhood gangsters by asking all the questions already. Yeah, I'm gonna stick my head out my window and be like, hey, have you sold any drugs lately? Anyway, Ghost to Host PM with Scott Sullivan. Uh, I'm gonna do Space Ghost. Yeah, I'm gonna do a Space Ghost Coast to Coast remake is what I'm gonna do. Um, what do you think the Nina picture that Dylan has is of? I think it's her with Epstein. That would be pretty crazy. But you know, at the end of the day, um, look, I'm trying to avoid thinking about the Nina thing, right? I didn't know who this chick was until Dylan started talking about her, right? And granted, I don't blame him, right? He's got a ton of ammo on her, right? To the point where even though he like fakes some of the photos and stuff like that, it doesn't matter. He's doing it in like a comedic way, I guess you could say. Um, but like I try to avoid thinking about like that dumb hoe, you know, and Logan Paul as well. I try to think about things and people that are going to be a direct benefit to me. Um, which like I always feel this is a bad thing. I feel like this is a bad thing, even though it can sometimes like be like it's a bad thing. I always feel guilty when I say something like that. When I'm like I try to make sure that I'm only thinking about people and things that benefit me. It's like I think everybody understands what I mean by that. I think you all understand that I don't mean that in like a selfish way, right? What I really mean by that is um, Logan Paul is not relevant to me. He's just not, you know. If I didn't have Twitter, I wouldn't ever think about Logan Paul until it was time to watch a fight because he ended up using somebody that I do know of for clout because that's what he was doing with Floyd Mayweather, right? He was using Floyd Mayweather for clout. That's what Jake was doing with Anderson Silva. He was using Anderson Silva for clout, right? Excuse me, geez. He was using them as stepping stones to try and elevate himself, right? That's really what that was. He's not relevant to me. Anderson Silva is relevant to me in a certain way because I'm a fan of his, right? Not Nick. Well, I mean, yeah, Nick, but Nate Diaz, same thing. Fan of his. I like watching him fight. So because of that, all right, fine. Jake Paul's fighting fucking Anderson Silva. All right, cool. I'll do it, right? I'm not really a Floyd fan. I'll be honest with you. I didn't bother. I'm not really a Tyron Woodley fan. I didn't watch Jake versus Tyron either time, right? I didn't watch either of those. I didn't watch Logan versus Floyd, right? Because who cares? I didn't watch Deji versus Floyd because I don't care. I don't care about Floyd Mayweather like that. They're not really relevant to me because I'm just not really fans of theirs, you know? So I'm not sitting here like thinking that hard about it. You know, obviously, like, you know, if there's tea, all right, uh, I'm there. All right, I'm there. All right, this is a tea channel first and foremost. All right, all right, that's what this is a tea channel. All right, um, but like at the end of the day, like, you know, it doesn't matter to me what Nina does. You know, I do think, as I said yesterday, I do think that men are failed by the system. They are hated by everybody around them. And there is nowhere a man can go to feel a part of a tribe or to feel accepted or to feel even so much as just like appreciated or he can't just feel okay being a man, right? And the thing I don't like about the red pill matrix alpha male types, right? And I didn't like this about them way back when, but it especially went into overdrive. Like now that you know, Andrew Tate has kind of taken over the red pill space, right? The red pill, whatever. I don't like that a lot of people tend to sit there and be like, "Yeah, you're a man. You're not allowed to be comfortable with yourself. You got to get uncomfortable." You know, like someone mentioned Jocko Willink earlier, like that Jocko Willink bullshit. It's like, nah, dude, I should be able to chill. I should be able to fucking relax, you know? Like, the amount of work I put in is fucking crazy. Like, most people would not be able to do it. And I'm not saying that I put in the most work out of everybody, anywhere, anytime, right? But the day that I have most days of the week is crazy, right? And I'm always looking for a way to fit more shit into my day and stuff like that. And I'm underpaid, right? For the amount of work that I do, I'm very fucking underpaid, right? So I'm not lazy. I'm not some bitch who's just like, oh man, what do you mean I have to work? Oh, but can't I just like be happy to be me? Can't I just be me? What do you mean I have to show up to a job? Can't I just like be me? That's not what that is at all, right? I work very hard, right? Now, that being said, like it's we have to let men be men and just it stops there. That's it. That's it. You know? I don't like that the red pill sphere, the I said space and sphere at the same time. I don't like that the red pill sphere is sitting there and like it's like it kicks men while they're down, right? That's what the red pill sphere does. It sees a man who's down and it kicks them. It doesn't lift them up, right? I try to focus on lifting people up, right? If somebody comes to me and they're like, "Hey, dude, I'm not doing all right. I don't know what to do, man. My girl is being a bitch, and my job is it wants me to work overtime, and this and that. Like, I don't want to sit there and be like, "Fucking man up, pussy." That's not me. I don't want to do that. I have something known as compassion. Something that dudes like Andrew Tate, something that dudes like all these other red pill, base, alpha, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube influencers, they just don't have, right? Um, I want to be compassionate to people. I want to be compassionate to the dudes that I want to be compassionate to dudes, right? Because that's something that guys don't get enough of today is compassion. They don't get enough understanding, right? We're just kind of shoved in between a rock and a hard place, right? And because of that, like, we're constantly forced to make fucked up decisions, and we were never briefed by our dads on how to make those fucked up decisions. We were never briefed by the society on how to make those fucked up decisions and things like that. We were never briefed by society to run society or to do even so much as run our lives, right? Everything we do is for everybody else constantly. Everything we do is either under the control of or for the benefit of somebody else, right? And that's a fucked up situation to be in that I don't want to sit here adding to by sitting here when there's a guy who's like, wow, this fucking sucks. I hate this, you know. My girlfriend is acting up. When a guy comes to me and is like, oh, my girlfriend is acting up, I don't want to add to that by being like, oh, it's because you're just not an alpha male, bro. You're not being an alpha male, dude. Bro, you need to tell your girl to shut it. That's what you gotta do. Yeah, that's right. You gotta be an alpha. You gotta walk in, you gotta say, I'm the alpha. As if that fucking works, right? It doesn't. It fucking doesn't. You know? If a woman wants to fuck you over, she's gonna fuck you over, and that's just that. And you sitting there being like, I'm the alpha now, right? It's not gonna work out. Fucking, she's just gonna be like, oh, you're the alpha? Well, now you've hurt my ego by telling me that you have something over me, and now I want to hurt you even more in an even more underhanded way that you as a man would never do to anybody else, because you have an understanding of right and wrong that is different from mine, because society has told me my entire life that it's actually a good thing if I'm a cunning bitch. And cunning is not a good thing in the context that I'm using it in, right? Fucking, it's a broad topic, and I want to be very careful when I speak about it, because, you know, when you start talking about gender relations and things like that, people start to throw around these things like, oh, incel, misogynist, this, that, the other thing. It's like, I'm not talking about all women here, not even talking about all men here. The bottom line of what I'm trying to say is, like, I don't want to add to the grief by sitting here and telling some fucking guy that, like, he's a pussy because his girl cheated on him. Your girl cheated on you because you're a pussy. Right? Even like a soy boy bitch who, like, would listen to everything I just said and call me a misogynist. It's like, when I figure out his girl cheated on him, what a fucking surprise, right? But when I figure out his girl cheated on him, I'm not going to be like, ha, gotcha, right? I'm going to be like, dude, that fucking sucks, bro. I'm sorry to hear that, man. That's awful, right? The world has never been a compassionate place, right? And not to bring religion into it, not to bring religion into it, right? But part of what we're supposed to do as Christians is try and spread compassion in this world. We're supposed to be compassionate, which means when our fellow man, especially as men, knowing that the world fucking hates us, right? Our fellow man comes to us and says, hey, dude, I'm not doing all right. My wife, I caught her with another guy. I, like, came home and she was, like, riding him. She doesn't even ride me, bro. She doesn't even ride me, dude, but I come home and she's riding this guy in my bed. Oh, man. Like, I want to be like, damn, bro, I'm sorry to hear that. You know, some of these bitches, not all of them, of course, but some of these bitches are just no good, man. I'm sorry to hear that, dude. You know, you got a long road ahead of you, but I want you to know that, like, I got you, you know? Like, you need help with some shit. I got your back, you know? Even if it's a guy I don't know that well, if I figure out that he went through something like that, like, what's it hurt me to just be like, damn, bro, I'm sorry to hear that, you know? It's just fucked up, you know, and I apologize if I, like, stumbled through that. It was very much a spur of the moment thing, you know, and I also, like, I'm feeling fine today. Everything's fine, but I don't know, maybe I just had a long day today. I'm feeling kind of like bleh, you know, like my brain is kind of mush. So I apologize if I kind of, stumbled through that or anything like that. But the bottom line, right, we started here, we ended there. I don't give a shit what the picture is. All right, I'll be honest with you. I don't care what the picture of Nina is. It does not matter to me one bit. That bitch can sit and spin. She'd probably enjoy it, right? Logan, if he was smart, he would break it off with her. I don't wanna I don't want to start flossing. I don't want to start emoting on fucking Logan Paul, right? I'm not smoking the Logan Paul pack, all right? Oh, excuse me. You know, um, many people are putting on characters to play the algorithm. Be yourself. You can't go wrong that way. Integrity. Yeah, yeah, you're definitely right for sure. Hopefully that gets me somewhere in the algorithm. Hopefully I'm the next based and red pilled influencer by being compassionate and not screaming at dudes because they got cheated on by a wife that was like a cunt from the second she and him said I do. But anyway, what's going on, Rocky Stream? How you doing, man? What's going on, Peach Boy Productions? Dissonance Engineer. I feel like some of you guys are relatively new. Either that, or maybe you just haven't spoken a ton, or maybe it's been a while since I've seen you. But I hope you're all doing all right. And if it's your first time, welcome. All right, welcome. Um, Somebody said something earlier that I wanted to. Oh yeah, Blair said Levan Satanism is just. It seems like an excuse for doing weird shit. Oh yeah, it is 100%, and it's also a real easy way to sell your soul. Because here's the thing, right? If there's 5 paths in front of you, right? And only one of those paths can take you to the destination that you want to go to, the other 4 paths are the wrong path. They don't take you to where you want to go to. So it doesn't matter that one path is called Dumb Bitch Road. The other path is called Evil Man. Only bad guys take this path road. It doesn't matter that there's another path that's called like Pepsi Lane, right? Like, doesn't matter where those other 4 paths go at the end of the day, right? Doesn't matter if it takes you, it just doesn't matter where it takes you, right? It's not the place that you're trying to go, right? And that's what people don't realize when they sit here and they play around like with this spiritual shit, right? And that's kind of that's kind of a revelation that I came to not recently necessarily, but it's kind of recently, right? Kind of recently compared to how long I've been around. Like sitting here and doing like a ritual, even if it doesn't mean anything, even if it's not like the correct ritual or anything like that, and then dedicating it to Satan, you're still dedicating it to Satan, even if you don't believe in Satan. And I know this isn't going to mean much to somebody who doesn't believe in Christ or even, Satan, right? But you're still selling your soul, and you have to be very careful with that. And you have to be very careful with the media that you interact with or consume, right? Like there was a tweet that I shared recently about not that I shared, but I reposted it. It was some random chick, Doja Cat, right? Who, to my understanding, from what I hear, was an MDE fan, which is kind of funny, right? She definitely sold out though, regardless. Like I remember she came from like 4chan, right? She was kind of known for being like a 4chan chick, and or something like that, like an extremely online type of girl. But now she's like kind of a big star, and it's like, well, I mean, she probably fucking sold out. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, she did a music video where she just straight up dressed up as a demon, you know, not like as like a not as like a um not even as like a sexy demon, just literally like a demon. That's it. In fact, I might as well uh Doja Cat demon do 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 some 50 Cent looking fucking guy. All right, here it is. Uh, Excuse me one moment. Yes. So, this is what I'm talking about. Fucking She dressed up like this, has two background dances like that. Like, it's not even like, ooh, sexy demon, haha, there's cleavage. Ooh, like, it's not even like that. It's just, that is a straight up demon. You know, that is demonic. That is what that is, right? Um, fucking, you can't sit here and be like, oh, this is just, because this is what the LaVeyan Satanists, they do, right? They sit here, they do this, like, weirdo shit, and then when you're like, wow, you're a weirdo. In fact, you know what? Fucking... So, you got this, like, weird shit, right? And the Satanists, they sit there and they're like, "Oh, haha! You see, we don't actually believe in Satan. We just do these things to try and get on the nerves of those pesky Christians and things like that. You guys are just taking the bait. You're getting lay trolled. You're getting lay trolloled. That's what you. That's what's happening with you. That's what you're getting. And it's like it's just this. It's just this. You guys see that shit. It's literally this. This is how it plays out, especially in the modern day. Because look, like I understand, right? In the 90s, the 80s, the 90s, and some of the 2000s, there were some guys on TV, the televangelists and the neocons who they sucked, and oh man, those guys were Christians and boy were they annoying, right? Oh man, grr, right? I understand that. But it's been 20 fucking years since the last, like, real examples of that were, like, pervasive in our society. So it's like, all right, you did it. You bested the televangelists. You bested what are those guys? The Westboro Baptist Church. You got those guys. You showed them. They're completely irrelevant now. You don't have a bunch of Republican politicians talking all about how Jesus will be my vice president. Jesus is my secretary. Jesus is my janitor. Haha, yeah. Jesus is the guy who drives my fucking limo, right? You don't have like neocon politicians talking about that shit anymore, right? Fucking so why is this still a thing? Why are they still fucking around with this weirdo shit? And then getting mad when we're like, wow, that's really fucking weird. You are a fucking weirdo, bro. Stay away from me. Get the hell away from me, right? They sit there, they start throwing punches, and when we're like, whoa, dude, stop. We're not even throwing punches back anymore. We're just like, dude, leave me alone, man. I don't even want the fucking trouble at this point. We're just sitting here, we got the fucking Philly shell, right? We're parrying the jab, right? We're fucking shoulder rolling the cross. We're fucking ducking, bobbing, weaving, right? And they're sitting there the whole time just like, you Christians, you're taking the bait. You know, and it's all by design, right? It's all by design at the end of the day. What these people are trying to do is they're trying to vanquish what they believe to be a foe, whether they believe in Satan for real or not, right? They're sitting here and this is a they're trying to dance on the ashes of Christianity, but the thing is they don't realize that one, you're just gonna go to hell, Doja. What's your real name? She's got a fucked up name, right? She's got a fucked up name. I know that, right? You're going to hell, Amala Ratna, Zandil, Glamini. Fucking, you're going to hell. You better get to church. You better get to church. You better delete this video. You know? Fucking, for one thing, right? For another thing, like, Christians don't watch this shit. I'm not saying, like, no Christians ever, never, ever, under any circumstances are going to watch this shit. But, like, I know that Pop, as somebody who takes my religion serious, and as somebody who just takes, like, trying to be the best person that I can be, seriously, I know that this shit is not the type of shit that I'm going to be interested in, so I'm not watching this. The people who watch this are going to, it's just a circle jerk. The people who watch this are going to be the people that sit there and are like, wow, that's totally cool. You dressed up as a demon? Wow, you got grills that look like they're sharpened teeth. And red eyes. Wow, that's really crazy. Wow, right? It's yeah, it's disgusting. Not to mention the fact she actually doesn't even look bad here comparatively, but like, look at that fucking head, bro. It's fucking insane, right? Not gonna load up. Oh, you see here it is. Yeah, like, look at this bitch. She looks like she's on drugs. Long ass face. Head is huge. Right? It's just like, I'm not one of those guys who's like, physiognomy. Check out the physiognomy on this person right here. That tells me they're a bad guy. But it's like, yo, like, you can just see this person is not well. There is something off about her. There is something strange about her. Something that is, I don't know how to describe it, but oh shit. Uh-oh. I'm fucking up in the game here. Something that it really makes you not want to trust her, right? She does not look like a trustworthy person. Empty eyes, yes. Empty eyes, most likely from selling her fucking soul. And I don't mean that as a joke either. Fucking oh shit, hold on. Joel Osteen is an actual demon. I don't know, man. Our conservative Catholic commander-in-chief is cool with abortion. Yeah. That's why I voted for Biden, because I like my Christians to be progressive. All right, there we go. I'm just taking a look at this. Doja Cat was doing race play and edgy Discord servers for real. Really? Was that her thing? Was that her thing? That's pretty crazy. Doja Cat debased. Yeah. I mean, that's what fame will do to you. You sell your soul for fame, and you start looking like you got fluoride in your fucking bloodstream. Modern pop being satanic isn't a meme. Oh yeah, no, it's definitely not. It's absolutely positively not. These people are definitely into Satan. You know, Dissonance Engineer says, sorry, feel like physiognomy is our attempt to rationalize intuitive evil detection. Yeah, I mean, potentially. I wouldn't surprise me. Broski says, yo, hit that like button. Yes, I would appreciate if everybody would like this stream right now. It's a slow stream today, right? We're just chilling on a Monday. It's all good, but one sec, I'm just checking something out. All right. Does Sean Strickland have a chance against Izzy the Gyno Bender? I mean, I want him to win, but I don't know that he will. I try not to make predictions and things like that. Here's the thing. Everybody has a chance against everybody all the time, right? That's just the way that it is in the fight game. Like nobody is ever really better than anybody else. And that's true but false, right? Obviously, if you take someone who's making their amateur debut, they're gonna lose just about 10 times out of 10 to the guy who is at the top of the sport, right, in the UFC, right? Obviously, that's the way it's gonna happen. There's more factors than there's factors that come into play that revolve around like skill and things like that, obviously. But even with skill, it comes down to a lot of different things. Like I could beat Israel Adesanya if he had a bad camp and I had a good camp, right? I could beat Israel Adesanya if he was injured during the camp. I could beat Israel Adesanya if I landed a lucky punch or if I game planned in a way that he was not going to be ready for and I ended up making it work, right? I mean, shit, dude. I could probably hit a takedown on him. I could hit a takedown on him and hold him the fuck down. Right? Right? Fucking like there's so many different factors that go into a fight that people don't even consider and they don't even know about considering. And this is something I was explaining to my wife the other day. This is why like people hate on me sometimes when I post things on Instagram, right? Specifically that Brazilian jiu-jitsu reel that I did that got like hundreds of thousands of views on it. It's almost at like it's getting closer and closer to 10K likes. That's crazy to think about. But other than that, I said some shit about Redditors who support Ukraine and shit like that, and a bunch of them got upset at me, right? So they started Googling my name, and sure enough, my Tapology comes up, right? And I am 1-2 as an MMA fighter, and according to Tapology, I'm 0-1 as a kickboxer, right? Now, for one thing, you have to be able to accept when you lose, right? It's not a good thing if you're one of those people who like you get upset at the fact that you lost a fight. It's like there's nothing, getting upset doesn't change it, right? You lost. And what I'm about to say isn't me making excuses. I lost those fights. But if we sit here and we go through those fights, right? And there was also a couple other fights that were not on there, right? I've lost most of my fights, but only 2 of those fights were fights where I lost because I got caught or because the guy was truly better than me. All the other fights that I lost were because I was chain smoking cigarettes and skipping training and not conditioning. Fucking, there were a couple of times. The night before one of my fights, I camped out in fucking the woods and smoked mad fucking weed. Right? Like, I was not taking it serious. And if you look at my record, you're going to think, oh, this guy, he just must not be that good. He must just fucking suck. No, I just was a fucking idiot. That's what it was. And if you see the footage of the fights that I had where I wasn't training, right, you're going to see that actually, no, it's not a skill issue. There's something else there. He either got caught or there was just something else, right? At the end of the day, I lost. It's on my record as a loss, right? But I'm not ashamed of it because I know that, hey, like, it's not like I kept fighting dudes that were better than me, right? I kept being a fucking idiot, right? And I feel stupid about this, don't get me wrong, right? But, you just got to kind of come to accept it and you got to exercise the demons, right? Not to bring it back to the Doja thing, right? But you got to exercise those demons. You got to get them out of you. Right? And you gotta start living the right way, right? And that's all you can do. You can't change the past, but you can change the future. But because of that, I don't sit here and get like upset when people post my shit because at the end of the day, like, fucking, I know what happened, And I'm explaining this to you just to give you an idea of how people truly don't understand how much goes into a fight. And that's why I try to avoid saying bad things about fighters and things like that, right? Regardless. There's fighters in my area, right, that make it to the UFC, and I just kind of look at them and I'm like, yeah, I don't think that guy's got it. I don't think that guy's got what it takes. I'm just going to be honest about it. I don't think he's got it, right? But I would never say that out loud. I'm not going to tell you who I think that about, right? I would never say that. I'm gonna support, right? Because I know how much goes into this shit. Right? And this guy going into his UFC debut, he may have only had 2 weeks to prepare. Excuse me. He may have had a really bad weight cut that he couldn't come back from. He may have ended up injuring his knee or his foot or his fist or his whatever, and he kept it hidden so that he could still fight and get a payday, even though he would end up losing. Right? There's so many factors. So because of that, right, I am going somewhere with this rant. The idea that Sean Strickland doesn't have what it takes to beat Izzy would be, like, insane to think. He's definitely got what it takes to beat Izzy, because just about everybody has what it takes to beat Izzy, right? What it comes down to is how he's going to game plan, how Izzy is going to game plan, right, and who is going to have the better camp, bottom line. If you break it down skill-wise, I do think Izzy wins, but I don't know if Izzy has the grit that Sean has. I don't think it's shameful that he got KO'd by Alex Pereira, right? Alex Pereira is like 6'3". He cuts down, he got to 185 somehow, some way, you know? Fucking he's 6'3" and he's fucking huge, you know? Um as I said, he got down to 185 somehow, some way. Like, he's going to have cinder blocks. He's going to be throwing hand grenades. All right. That's just what it is. Sean Strickland is a tough dude, though. So, I guess what it comes down to is how well can Sean just kind of avoid getting hit? How well can he take it when he does get hit? Right. And, is his game plan going to work? If that makes sense. Right? Damn, you're just like John Jones with self-sabotage. Well, what it is that I thought I was talented enough to get by on just my talent. And the thing is, I am very talented, right? I know I'm very talented. But the issue that I had was that when hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard, and talent was not working hard, right? There were fights that I worked hard for, but a lot of these fights I did not work that hard for. I worked hard for my last fight, but the thing is, we were going through some shit at my gym, and because of that, we didn't actually have a Muay Thai program. So I was teaching the Muay Thai classes and getting pads in like once or twice a week tops, right? Sometimes no times a week. Sometimes I'd just go in and hit the bag, right? So I wasn't getting skills work in. I wasn't getting skills. I wasn't drilling. I wasn't working on timing or anything like that. It was all just fucking whatever I could like muster up, right? What really came in handy was the conditioning that I was doing, right? I went into that fight very well conditioned. But I wasn't doing skills training because I literally could not. I had nobody to do it with. And because of this, I look extremely fucking sloppy in that fight, right? And I'm actually gonna delve more into it on a Patreon video that I'm going to be doing in the near future, where I end up I'm gonna do a reaction to all of the fights that I can find of mine. That I'm gonna delve deeper into what was going on at the time, because that was like a really fucked up situation, and I can't believe I actually went through with the fight. That was like pretty crazy to think about, Oh, it's been about an hour. We'll go for a little bit longer, I'm the same way, coasting on natural strength and talent, need to just reach max potential. Yeah, it's really easy to think you're all good, but a fight really shows you. A fight really shows you that shit. And the thing is, I knew that what I was doing was bad, right? But I legitimately was just like, nah, it's cool. I'm like really talented. I'm like really good. I know I'm really good. Um, you know, uh, so like, hey, fucking, it'll be all right. I'll make it work. I'll make it work. You know. Uh, just reading this stuff. All right. Oh man, I'm trying to think of what to say next. If you like I said, this is a chill stream. I'm just kind of sitting here talking and stuff like that. If you guys have anything you want to say, definitely feel free to drop it down there in the chat. Other than that, I don't know. I'm gonna check something real quick, and then I'll see if we'll see where it goes from here. An hour isn't that bad for a chill stream. I don't think, especially because it's not like I'm making big bucks for streaming, right? So there's really no incentive for me to sit here streaming for 5 hours, obviously, right? If we're, I just want to have nice, relaxing streams where we get to talk about shit and stuff like that. We get to have a fun time, a gay old time, all right, like the Flintstones, all right. That's just what I'm going for at the end of the day. I'm not worried about like being super duper streamer extraordinaire. Um. Hmm. Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember this. All right. This is the game that I wanted to play yesterday, right? This is the game that I wanted to play yesterday. Is this all good? I believe. Oh, yeah, you fucking you hit the oh wait, hold up. There we go. I was looking for this game yesterday. Fucking Edelweiss Midian Workst .at. Okay, that's crazy. This was like a classic one. Play it for a little while. Oh, damn, I missed. I fucking missed, bro. Oh, alright. That's a nice liner. We'll do this for a little bit longer, and then we'll see what ends up happening. Maybe I'll play some Flash games to close it out for the next, like, 20 or so minutes, you know? And we'll see what ends up happening. But, you know, like I said, it's a chill stream. There's no real... You know, it is what it is. I feel like I always have to explain myself, right? And that's probably not that good of a thing to do. I shouldn't sit here and fucking always be trying to explain my shit. Is that 1978 Reinhold plus Yeti? Is that like the top score or some shit like that? Elf Bowling, dude. I used to play the shit out of Elf Bowling. I used to play the absolute shit out of Elf Bowling. I don't know if they would have that on here. I don't know if I'm gonna play it this time either. Maybe we'll save that for the Christmas special, right? But I'll check to see if they have Elf Bowling. There is another one or two that I want to go ahead and check out on here, on stream, you know, and then we'll go ahead and we'll see where that goes. Oh, all right, I'm gonna do one more after this. Armored Core 6. That's a mech game, right? I don't know much about it, but I know it's kind of making waves right now. I hear the name, right? I don't mind mech games. I just haven't played that many of them over the years, you know? I don't know many ones, excuse me, that could be considered good, right? I just don't. Ah, man. All right. We're gonna see one more. Um damn, bro. All right, 3 strikes and you're out, so there we go. Oh, man. That was a pop-up. All right, so um 1 in the chat for Windows AIDS, 2 in the chat for Crack House Cleanup. All right. I've never played either one of those, so we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna see which one ends up coming up. In fact, you know, I'll click on them to give you a preview. All right. Here's the I don't even know what the hell this is supposed to be, right? And then that I would assume probably you gotta clean up a crack house. I guess I don't know. You know. All right, we got a couple of 2s. Another 2. If I get one more 2, oh, there's a 1. All right. The voting ends in 2 seconds. 1, 2. All right. So crack house cleanup. Oh, this is from stickdeath.com. Somebody asked me about Stick Death, and I didn't know it was a website. I thought it was just a what did I think it was? I thought it was a game, so I was like searching for it. So crack house cleanup. Click enter when ready. Oh man. Uh-oh. Damn, bro. All right. Damn. That's what this is? We're just gonna beat the shit out of some crackheads? Damn, really? What do you mean? What do you mean I lose? What do I have to do? I don't know what I have to do. I legit don't even know what I have to do. All right, hold up. Yeah, what the hell am I supposed to do? All right, you know what? We're gonna go ahead. We'll try one more time. 'Cause I want to beat the shit out of some crack dealers. I'm just There's like no like. It doesn't seem like there's any kind of Doesn't seem like there's any kind of directions or anything like that. All right. Okay. Windows aids, whatever. We'll go ahead. We'll check out Windows aids, and then I'll probably call it quits. You know, seems like we're all winding down here. This file could not be found. Press space or enter to continue. What? Oh, there it is. Can you click on the knife or something? Oh, I didn't even think of that. I didn't even think of that. I'll try that again. I don't know. All right, whatever. I think we'll call it there. Like I said, it seems like we're kind of winding down, and I don't want to sit here and just like try and like awkwardly find my way through flash games for you. I don't have anything else to really. I don't have anything else to really say, right? So, thank you everybody for showing up. I really appreciate it. I apologize if I was a little slow today. Like I said, my brain's kind of mush, but I figured since I had the time, I might as well stream because I'm not always going to have the time, you know? In fact, rarely do I ever have time to stream or do anything on weekdays, right? That's kind of why we do Sundays at 5 for the Fallout streams. Um, oh, thank you, Chike Crusher. I really appreciate that. He says, thank you for the stream, man. Have a good one. Thank you very much, man. I really appreciate that. Um, yeah, you know, that's that. So, till next time, everybody.